You have just passed over the main rail link between London and the north. Trains have rumbled along this line since it was opened on the 1st of June 1863, after which this outstandingly scenic route was rapidly extended to Inverness. Forget Thomas the Tank Engine, these trains bore names such as Glen Moidart, Dalcross Castle, and even Dunrobin, owned by the Duke of Sutherland and named after his family castle. You can still climb aboard a steam train at Aviemore, an hour further north. From this car park, you can walk down to the Hermitage, about 15 minutes, and onto the many walks around the area. Ossian's Hall, a folly built around 250 years ago by the then Duke of Atholl, overlooks the falls there, and within the building are depicted tales of the Celtic poet and bard Ossian. Also close by is a strange small stone house, almost igloo-shaped, which was designed as the home for a hermit. With a stone slab for a bed, no doors to speak of, and an open window, he must have required to be small and impervious to damp and cold. Legend has it that the Duke was disappointed, having engaged a hermit to add authenticity to the area for his visitors and to occupy the picturesque stone house, that his ungrateful employee lasted but a few months. The spectacular falls cascading under the narrow bridge at the Hermitage are a favourite viewpoint for visitors. Ossian's Hall used to be filled with mirrors in the 18th century, and the view overlooking the falls was initially hidden from view by sliding doors, which were then drawn open for maximum surprise and effect. Apparently, ladies fainted at the vision. A Douglas fir tree adjacent to the Hermitage Bridge is one of the tallest trees in Britain. On the next leg of the journey, after you rejoin the A822, and but half a mile along on your left, is a large Victorian house, Dundonaghy, just possible to glimpse when the trees have few leaves, but whose tall square tower is clearly visible. This house was built by a successful self-made businessman, locally born Alexander Robertson. Robertson became well known by the name of his house, Dundonaghy, and became a sworn enemy of those in high places. He published a pamphlet criticising the Marquis of Breadalbane, who had cleared his tenants from nearby farms to make room for sheep. The Marquis was sufficiently upset by the pamphlet to make every effort to buy up all the copies and have them destroyed. Undaunted, Dundonaghy led the agitation against the tolls levied by the Duke of Atholl for payments to cross the Dunkeld Bridge many years after its construction. He had mixed results, but he is, however, credited with being the source of the Roads and Bridges Act of 1878, which proposed the abolition of bridge tolls. Without Dundonaghy, we might yet have been paying to cross the Tay at Dunkeld. Rejoining the road up the hill and the A822, you proceed ahead, turning right at the sign for Rumbling Bridge, another spectacular waterfall and much loved by artists.